It's the 2K Sports pregame show. Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Charlotte Hornets. Checking out the Hornets.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave?
And a strong rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner by the terrific Alexander down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David? Well, guys, thanks, DA. A true sign of how caring the NBA is, always looking out for the retired players. So, bright surprises here early in the season. Few teams have to keep building on this momentum.
I think the coaching staff in these sort of instances, Kevin, maybe where you're out kicking your coverage a little bit, they got to remind their team about the small steps that we need to take. Yes, we're doing this. Don't forget about doing these things or what we're doing offensively. But make sure that the reality of what the season represents, that they understand that, so their expectations don't get them too big-headed. So you have to reel them in.
You're talking about staying with the fundamentals.
And the fundamentals can always help you, Kevin. And it also, just continuity, making sure that each guy understands that you've done your role, continue to do your role, and the guys behind you are ready to go in case we start slipping.
Let's take a look at the Nuggets. Jones is out there with Rose. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Jokic into the power forward position. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the evening. And last season, 7% from the line. They could usually get the job done there. And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard, the small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threat. It's stolen by Rose. Here's Jones. Oh, and then Jones. And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passes, especially when he can find them in the road. Johnson, the pass to Howard. He set the pick. And here is Johnson. This time 14 points for him. Over the corner of the two. That's in front of Houston Johnson. And if you can hit that shot, it's the defense and really change this complexion of the game.
Yeah, you can start to.
He's put on a show for these fans. I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, great stuff, and some great basketball going on. And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. Tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Stolen by O'Neal. Outside Rose. Jordan with this move.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged the bullet there.
Let's see what's happening. Good D by Jones.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
They get it back. Barnes outside. Shat with a screen on Johnson. Here's Jokic. Another nice by Jokic. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far. Hit by Zeller. Howard gets to the 2. James the three-pointer. The team's got a couple of threes now, and the first for showing.
Good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Jokic with his screen on Walker. Rose attacking, makes it off the glass.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job and challenging him.
Here's Walker. Jokic with the steal. And here we go. Rose throws it down high.
And Derrick Rose quick out of the gates. And when he sees open floor ahead, he's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Johnson shot is up.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there. Give the deep.
Jokic with his screen on Johnson. Jones drives in. Jokic. And it's denied. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 5. Over Johnson. Jones, no luck.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Nuggets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game. Barnes dishes to O'Neal. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that's what the pump fakes there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around.
Hit by Zeller. Johnson, the pass to Zeller. Chipped away. And now the Nuggets fast break. Johnson with it. So offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Looking here at some numbers for the team. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 15 points a game last season. 6 assists and 6 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into the
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Here's O'Neal. Who's back in? And the layup is up and in.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Charlotte trailing. On the wing, the 2. Johnson in the corner. And Walker gets behind. Charlotte moving it around. A 2. Pushes to Howard. Feeds it to Batum. To the middle. Just 4 to shoot. The shot. So his second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
With another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to get the ball into the post effectively here. So far.
Here's Jones. And it's blocked. Outside Batum. Hit by Zeller. Johnson attacking. Missed the load. Puts it up from 12. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. He's got a second bucket tonight.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
This team's going to find some consistency first. Neither one to pull away.
And it comes back to the subject of intimidation. There are certain players who are just downright scary, intimidating to play.
Insert one Rudy Gobert. I mean, has this guy in Utah not done a great job, Kevin, of manning up the middle in ways that we haven't seen for quite some time? Both him and Hassan Whiteside, along with DeAndre Jordan, those guys are pretty good down deep in the paint.
Absolutely. Here's Walker. Sweeping the floor. Walker's got his second bucket.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And taken away by Johnson. No good. Contact there, but he gets the ball and will shoot 2. It's on Shaq.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Hornets shooting their first shots from the stripe of this game.
And a season ago at the charity strike, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity strike.
So it's a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
People pointing towards the Nuggets and thinking about it's not the offense where they need to improve. If they're going to get the best out of their young talent, it's defensively and their commitment to that end of the floor.
And last year, the Nuggets had one of the worst defenses in the NBA.
But when you watch the way they play, Kevin, the problems exist because there's just not a ton of experience out there. Not a lot of rim protection or activity on the inside. So as good as they were offensively last year, you know that their coaching staff in training camp is talking about the defensive mindset to keep them more competitive. So much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Kaminsky is checked in for Zeller. For Charlotte, they've got either 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Kaminsky sets the pick for Johnson. Here's the dish to Walker. Howard gets to Johnson. And there's the pass to Batum. And the feed to Kaminsky. Hackers from deep. Temper grabs the miss. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
And it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Outside, Walker. He feeds it to Johnson. And 30 left to play in the first quarter. Pocket six. Screen by Howard. Here's Kaminsky. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Jones up top. Guarded by Walker. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the first. Johnson, the pass to Batum. Howard with his screen on Barnes. Here's Walker with the three. And the third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 to score in the contest. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And that's what happens when you become too perimeter oriented. If you're not high, you don't score.
I think if the coaching staff goes back and looks at the film and you assess the quality of looks, they're not going to be happy about it. At times they just fail to take advantage of the openings for the best shooters.
Outside, Batum. Passes it to Johnson. Pocket six. Kaminsky dishes to Batum. Deep runner.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Jones against Johnson. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
For Denver, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. Here's Walker. On T. And with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his
It's free. Just like playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
infectious enthusiasm to see it every time he steps on the floor. Welcome back, folks. We had a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball playing outside the in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Tracy Gator as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Charlotte, the forwards are Kid Gilchrist and Kaminsky. Kemba Walker there with Magic Johnson. And it's Howard in at the center position. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Hornets.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to beat those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Shot clock at 6.
Is it legal to have stuff like that? I mean, how is that even possible?
Only one way to describe that, baby. Up high and down hard.
Imagination. We'll be seeing that highlight for days to come.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Barnes left side. It's Jones on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. And there's Barnes for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
Now here's Kaminsky. It's Howard. Top of the key. It's stolen by Jones. Jones slams it home.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
That always energizes your teammates. They feel your imagination, get motivated. It helps you extend your lead as well.
Pass to Kaminsky. Walker with the elbow. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
One of the better shots in his arsenal. Someone has to rotate.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Oner.
Hey guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Guard Kemba Walker said it's a great start. We know how to play with each other. And we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow. Evan?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. The Nuggets lead by 7. And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. He has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
They run the shot. It's simply unreal.
And they continue to control the glass.
And the wide open shot from Rose. In the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Rose has got 11 points.
And that's a shot Rose must make consistently. When he's making it rain from there, this team is hard to match up with.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Mentioned the brothers certainly played at a very high level. What kind of advantage do you think that gave you, if any, as your career was progressing?
It's funny, Kevin. I can't get away from it. I'm sitting next to you now, and we're watching basketball. The advantage, I think, is just absorbing all of that stuff. Maybe on a subconscious level, that you're taking in everything about what the profession was going to represent for you. If in fact you got there, and thank goodness I did.
Well, I always said you had a very wide view. Your lens was always wide, capturing as much as you could gather.
Yeah, it was like a 10 to 22 in any game.
Barnes against Kid Gilchrist. Kaminsky kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Walker against Rose. He moves the floor. And the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Walker.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Puts it up. O'Neal misses.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really effective.
Kaminsky, the pass to Lamb. He dishes it to Kaminsky. Open on the triple.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a three in the first, nothing in the second.
Hornets trail by 8. Lamb dishes to Walker. Kicks it to Zeller. He's off on that one. Good defense by Jokic.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really control the inside.
Rose kicks to Jones. That's it 5. Offensive rebound. Jokic passes to Jones. From deep, Rose. The kick out to Barnes. To the inside. Outside Rose. The Nuggets moving the ball around. They shoot again. And it's Shaq laying it in. Shaq's got the lead up to 10 now for Denver.
Yeah, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. This is the Walker. That's to Kid Gilchrist. Hit by Zeller. And with the ball. And defended by Jokic. And once again, off the mark by Shirley.
And really not enough effort on that screen. You have to make some contact, so that's ineffective at getting his teammate open.
Inside, here's O'Neal. And the top by O'Neal.
Love that dish down low.
Charlotte calls timeout. Look at Q. He's been playing really well.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Jamal Murray comes in for Rose.
A chance to take a look at some stats for Murray. How he performed last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, year one, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
Well, one reason the Nuggets have the success they do on the offensive end is that this team is loaded with passers.
Yeah, and amazing that their best passer is their center in Jokic. That encourages so many guys, Kevin, to have energy to move without the basketball. But get an opening, and all of a sudden the ball is in your hands. That unselfish play helped this Nugget team be one of the more devastating offensive rosters in the league.
Lamb dishes to Walker. And Stephen right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
They ended up shooting 85 from the line a season ago, which is an exceptional percentage.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Here's Lamb. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kaminsky gets to Walker. It's deflected. It's stolen by Jones.
The instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
Down low, here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a hard worker. That time, a terrific job of rolling into the open space after he set the screen.
Hornets trail by 14. And Walker kicks to Zeller. Outside, Kid Gilchrist feeds it to Walker. The dish to Kaminsky. He kicks the lamp. The pass to Zeller. Over Jokic. Misses off the right iron.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. It's an excellent job.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Outside, Walker. Jones against Kid Gilchrist. Takes the 13-footer. Walker's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Smith wide open. He fires. Sinks the triple. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
J.R. Smith has a quick release and can shoot it from deep, but that time a nice job off the pass.
To stop the run. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance.
And despite the high start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
O'Neal passes to Jones. Shaq with the screen. There's the double team with Lamb. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist. The feed to Kaminsky. No good on the three.
Just a little lackluster so far.
Mike Kaminsky picks one up. At the line yet, 10 of 10. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. And it just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Jones kicks to Jokic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jokic just got 4 points in the quarter.
Growing confidence for Jokic around the rim. Feels like no defender can stop him in the paint.
Walker at the elbow. Platoon inside the three-point line. The shot score and the assist by Walker. And that's 10 points for Nicholas Batum. Rose. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Nuggets ahead, leading by 17. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, I really like how many times they got to the free throw line. They've taken the direct method, attacking the basket, not settling for jump shots. That's gotten them some really good looks and a lot of points from the line. Staying aggressive in the second half is key.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert.